I'm so excited, you guys, for our Red Hot call tonight. And first of all, you guys, congratulations for being on tonight, for earning the position, being in your red jacket, being in a place of leadership and inspiration to people that are in your unit, in our whole entire future areas. And so we're just so excited for you guys to be on here tonight and for investing in yourself. The whole idea behind this Red Hot call was to have something that was investing in you, investing in that step above just being a consultant, because you guys, you truly are. I hope you guys know that you are in that position of leadership in your unit, that whether you are looking to move up into directorship or if you are happy to be where you're at as a red jacket, either way, you guys, you truly are that middle step of leadership that people do look up to you and they want to watch you and they want to be like you. And so don't take that lightly, but don't let it scare you at the same time. Just know that you are able to influence so many more people than what you think. And so we wanted this call to be something that poured into you, that helped to fill your cup, that helped to inspire you, to help give you ideas, or just to even just be like, oh my gosh, if she can do it, I can do it too. And so that's the whole point of tonight. And so we are so excited that you are here. We will do the drawing for our fun little bag of goodies, you guys. We have this red tote bag that we are giving away. And then inside of it, there's another little tote bag, like cosmetic bag. And then there's another little lipstick case. And so we are so excited to be able to give that away. So if you were on last month, you get an extra entry into tonight. But then if you're on it tonight, you get an entry as well. So I just saw Jillian hop on here as well. So I've got her added on into the entries as well. So you guys, okay, we're going to get started first with our recognition. And then I will introduce to you our guest speaker who is on tonight. And I'm so excited for you guys to be able to hear from her and learn from her. I'm excited to learn from her tonight and to hear her speak. But we're going to start it with a little bit of recognition. So who's excited for a little bit of recognition? Who's excited to see your name on the screen? Anybody? Anybody? Okay. I'm trying to click all the buttons and they're not doing anything. So give me just a second here. Okay, there we go. All right, so you guys, so this recognition is all about you guys as red jackets. Okay, this is designed to recognize you, to recognize your teams and all of the things that you are doing. And so first of all, we just want to give you guys all a shout out. And so I know not all of our red jackets are here on tonight's call, and that just means they're missing out on some awesomeness that is happening tonight. But we do want to recognize, so we're going to start with our team builders, you guys. We have 6 star team builders in the house in our future area. And I want to give a special shout out to our new star team builders. You see them on the bottom row. The first one there is Jillian Radcliffe. She is from the Jennifer Huff unit. And then also at this little last spot here on our star team builders is Lisa West, also from the Jennifer Huff unit, both brand new star team builders in that prestigious red jacket position. So congratulations to you guys. And then in our team leader positions, you guys, I forgot to count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 team leaders in our future area as well. And shout out to our 2 new team leaders. Deborah as a brand new team leader. She is on her daughter's team, the Jennifer Draper unit. And then also Kim Kloffer is here with the Jennifer Huff unit as a new team leader as well. Whoop, whoop. And then we are moving up to an elite team leader, you guys. This is so exciting to have this position being recognized for our Reds tonight. And so shout out to new elite team leader, Jennifer Fulkerson. We are so excited for you, Jennifer. She got to hold the sign for sales director at the debut. So that's moving on up to her next position. And Jennifer is with the Jennifer Huff unit as well. Again, so many Jennifers being said tonight. And then of course we have to give a shout out to our DIQ. Let me go to the next screen so she gets a full page to herself. In the Emily Smith unit in month 2, she finished month 1. This is in month 2. Jessica Cook, we are so excited for you as you are wrapping up DIQ as well. All right, you guys, then part of our whole vision was increasing and adding new sales directors. And so we are so excited. We just got to honor her last week with her debut as well. Brand new sales director, Amber Sherrill, and her new unit, Amber's Dream Catchers. Again, you guys, we are so excited for this. And so Amber, I'm going to put you on the spot here for a second. Let me stop sharing this. Is there one phrase or one tip or one thing that if you could say something to your sister sales directors and to the Red Jackets that are on here tonight, what would you tell them?
Just one thing?
One thing. I know. I'm limiting it.
Oh, man. Can I say two?
Okay, fine. You can say two.
Obviously, don't give up. That's like my top. Don't give up. The second would be let it go. Dust it off and let it go.
That's awesome. We could all do some Elsa singing right here, right now with that and let it go. But that is so true. And those two things go hand in hand, is to don't quit and let it go, because things will happen. Things will come up that you can let it derail you, and you just have to let it go and then keep going. So awesome. We are so excited for you, Amber. I'm so proud of you for that. Okay. Let me go back to my screen here. All right. And so you guys, again, with this is the picture that we had shared all year long. And the one thought that I had as I was putting this together, you guys, is I know we have talked about all year doubling our directors, doubling our Red Jackets. And I want to kind of call out the elephant in the room, that you could be looking at this and be like, but you didn't. You didn't do it. It didn't happen. And I just want to say, you guys, the reason why, just like Amber said, is you let it go, you don't quit, you keep going, is because if you don't shoot for that big goal, if you don't shoot for something that you truly, truly want, you're not going to hit anything. It is that whole quote, if you shoot for the moon and you miss, you'll still land among the stars. You guys, because we did increase our directors. There are now 8 directors that we could recreate this picture with at seminar in just a couple weeks, and 13 Red Jackets, whereas last year there was 10 Red Jackets. And so we are excited for the growth that is happening in all of our units, all of our future areas, and just the vision that is happening for the growth within our Mary Kay family. So more to come on that soon. So let's recognize our team production. And so this is recognizing you, your personal orders, and your personal team members and their orders. So number 10 was Jillian. Number 9 was Anna. Number 8 was Laura. Number 7 was Rachel. Number 6 was Lisa. And then moving on up to our top 5, number 5 was Amber. Number 4 is Jessica. Number 3 is Deborah. Number 2 is Kim. And number 1 is Amy England. So congratulations to you guys. I know I went through those really fast. If you didn't snap a picture of it and you want it, let me know and I can come back to that so that you can snap a picture of that. Then we're going to go to commissions earned. And this is really important, you guys, because this adds up. Okay. And it's so powerful to be like, okay, my first commission check was $10. And then my future commission checks were hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, just to see the power in that multiplication and that consistency in your efforts. And so whether you use your commissions to pay for dinner out, maybe you go to Chick-fil-A, you can do whatever. Maybe you pay for your water bill or your sewer bill or whatever it is. These are a way to be able to add to your family and to your family's budget as well. And so our top in commission earners, number 10 was Laura. Number 9 was Lisa West. Number 8 is Vicki Highsmith. Number 7 is Amy England. Number 6 is Rachel White. Number 5 is Kim. Number 4 is Lisa. We got multiple Lisas as well. It's awesome. Number 3 is Amber. Number 2 is Jessica. And number 1 is Deborah. So congratulations to you guys. And again, just remember, what you focus on keeps on growing. So again, these commission checks can go bigger and bigger and bigger as you build your business and build your team. And so they get bigger also by watching the percentages. And so this is where your director may reach out to you and be like, hey, did you know you're really close to getting to the next percentage of commission? Because that makes a difference, you guys. And so you as a consultant, as a red jacket, have the opportunity to earn commissions based on what you and your team do and how many of your team is ordering. Okay. So when you are a star team builder, you can earn 4, 6, or 8% based on your total team production. All right. And so that doesn't include your order, it's just your personal team members. But the more your personal team members are ordering, the higher your commission check is. Then when you move into the team leader position and the elite team leader position, it goes based on how many of your team are ordering. Okay. And so you can go from 9 to 13%. And this, you guys, is the same way we as sales directors get paid on our personal team. This does not change even when you move up into leadership, up into that sales director position. So that's where this is really, really important to watch as well, to help make sure that you are getting the maximum amount that you can when you are helping your team. So with 4% commissions earned in the month of June is Bobby Joe Smith. And then moving up to 6%, Lisa, Laura, Jillian, and Anna. And then at 8%, we actually did not have anybody reach that 8% in June. So I know we will have some in July. And then at 9%, we had Jessica, Amber, Rachel, Amy, Vicky, and Jennifer. And then at 13%, Deborah, Lisa, and Kim. So way to go, you guys, way to watch that. And if you're not sure how to check that, how to track that, please talk to your sales director, because we will be able to help you with that so that, again, you know and can watch that income coming in. And then also mark your calendar, you guys, for next month's Red Hot Call, August 17th. And Sherry will be the one leading our Red Hot Call, and she has our guest speaker for that lined up as well. And you guys will not be disappointed on that. I'll let her announce that when she launches all the August things, but just mark your calendars for that so that you can be on and available for that training as well. Okay, you guys. Whew, that was a lot of recognition. And so give yourself a pat on the back for that, because that truly is awesome and special. And I want you to know that what you are doing and what your team is doing does deserve to have that special recognition. So congratulations to you guys for that. Okay, so I am so excited to be able to introduce to you our guest speaker. And I kind of wanted to go through recognition a little bit fast. I talked really fast to give her some time to
really
be
fast.
Because I wanted her to give all the good stuff. When I had asked her to speak for this, she was like, well, what do you want me to talk about? As we were talking about it, she gave me an idea and I was like, that's perfect. Like, that's exactly what I want you to talk about. And so you guys, I am so excited for you to get to meet my friend, Tasha Bach. I'm trying to think of how long, honestly, we've known each other, Tasha. Like, I know it's not been my entire Mary Kay career, but I feel like it's been a while. Like, would you have a guess as to how long?
Have you been a director?
12 years.
Well, it's got to be 12 years because you've always gone to director meetings too.
Yes. So Tasha is in the greater Kansas City area. She's actually are you in Kearney technically? Yeah. Kearney, Missouri. And so let me give you Tasha's quick accolades. Okay. And I've kind of shared a little bit as to why I asked her to speak tonight. So Tasha actually joined Mary Kay when she was 19, you guys, when she was 19 years old. So that was like 5 years ago, because look at her, she's like stunning.
Oh, thank you.
But actually, I have to lie with that now, because then you're going to hear how many times she's earned stuff, and that doesn't make sense. But she was a director and earned her first car 15 years later in 2011. She has completed, you guys, the National Court of Sales 10 times. 10 times. She's got a ring for every finger. She's done the National Court of Shearing 1 time, Double Star Achiever 1 time. She was the cruise winner when Mary Kay had their Destination Red cruise. She had earned that. And this year, you guys, she debuted her first Offspring Sales Director July 1st and completed all 6 squares in the Sales Director Game Board Challenge in these last 6 months. And that is really is why I asked her to speak to us tonight and to share with us tonight, because Tasha and I are in this Voxer group that stemmed from an event that we had in Kansas City. And being a witness to what Tasha has done and just her excitement and her energy, her passion, her persistence, and her commitment to what she has wanted to do with her business and how she has wanted to grow. And truly watching how she has learned how to step away from things that are good things, but that were not serving her very well. Just watching that was such a testament to seeing that happen, that can be a scary thing to do, but how that has served her well. And just watching her run this race and, really put blinders on to what she's needed to ignore, but also be able to take the things that she's needed to take and run with them and implement things and to put things into action. Tasha is one person that I know is a master at these flash sales. When the company launches flash sales, Tasha can take those and run with them and know how to master them and take that onto her unit as well and enroll them in that. And so I'm just excited for her to be able to share with you just her mindset, her thoughts, the things that have changed, the things that have served her over this last seminar year, but especially over these last 6 months. So you guys give it up for my friend, Tasha. We're so excited to hear from you tonight, girl. So take it away. It's all yours.
You. Goodness, that was quite the intro. I hope you're recording this and you're going to send that to me so I can re-listen to that again and again and again when I'm having a bad moment. I apologize for the way I sound. Before I do any kind of a Facebook Live or something, I like to turn the radio up in the house on the surround sound system in our sports room and like blare it and sound like I'm Carrie Underwood. And apparently I pretend like I was Carrie Underwood a little too much because I literally have no voice for some reason. So I apologize for my, if I could just have her legs, I would be perfect. But you guys, I'm so excited to be here and to share with you guys tonight. You guys, it is a very tall feat to be asked to speak in front of someone's consultants and in front of their leaders, especially when you know that they are building a national area. Times like you guys, there are so many powerful women in this group. And I hope you know that I don't take that lightly. And this exact same training I'm going to take to my unit next week for our unit rally. We do a red rally like this with a couple other directors, with some girlfriends that I know from the Ruby area. And there's now 8 of us, and we started with 5 directors. We now have 8. So we had 3 grow within our little group. We're not a group, like we're not connected by each other, but we are from the same Jan Harris family, from the same national area lineage. I know you guys all understand what that means. So I totally get it. And you just got to grow month by month by month. So I congratulate all of the Reds for being on, whether you are a Red Jacket and you achieved your seminar goals and you hit everything you wanted to hit, or if you might have missed something. I want you to know that sometimes you just have to find the win. You just have to find the win. And before I get into my little speech that I have here, I actually had a friend, a director friend message me on Facebook just a little while ago. I posted the other day on Facebook about finishing the 6 game boards that directors had for Reds. Consultants had a six most important thing game board, and it was no small feat to get that accomplished. There was only 100 directors that did all 6 squares. And it's pretty crazy to think that I was one of them, because I assure you on January 1st, I assure you, I did not think I would be one of those people. I did not think that. Okay. I had no idea who my offspring was going to be. And I wasn't 100% sure we could do some of the boxes on there. I thought maybe 4 or 5, right? But I had a director friend message me at the very end of that Facebook post. I put to all of my Mary Kay girlfriends, congratulations for all your seminar wins and all the things. And if you're, I can't remember how I worded it, but I basically said, if you have to look for the win, I want you to find those wins too, because there's always a win. Even when you don't achieve your goals, there is a win. You just have to look for it. Because if you only concentrate on the negative, you're never going to rise in this business. And that's where I was for a few years. So that's what I want to share about tonight. Let me also just say, I know that I am not the most talented Mary Kay girl on this call. And there are directors in this group that have, I see the necklace, that have the triple star necklace and that have the bar pins. And I do not have a bar pin. And I have always admired that triple star necklace. Susan McCoy has let me borrow hers, and Roxy Corsi let me borrow theirs a few times, just so I can feel the power of that necklace. Because to me, the bar pin and the necklace represent success in Mary Kay. Now that may or may not be true for you, but that to me represents success. So I applaud you. And I will be having that. I will earn that necklace this next year, because I'm tired of, sometimes you just got to get tired of not getting it done, right? So you guys, let's talk about vision. You know, I know it's a new seminar year. And I'm confident that your directors with the Reds and the team leaders and all of you guys that are on or that are watching the replay, I'm confident your directors have already talked to you about your goals for the new seminar year, right? So you might be like, oh, we have to talk about goals again. Yeah, we have to talk about goals again. Because if we don't have goals, I assure you, you probably have no vision. And that's where I was a couple of years ago. I had no vision, okay? So you have to ask yourself, what is your vision? Do you know? Like, do you even know what it is that you really want to do in your Mary Kay business? And that's for directors, Red, Star, team builders, everything in between. Because even as a director, we can get lost. We can. So what is it that you really, truly want? Like if you were to go to bed at night and God said, whatever you dream for tonight in your Mary Kay business, what would you dream? Like your wildest, craziest dreams, what would it be if you could achieve it this year? If I gave you all the tools, what would it be? That's what you need to write down on your paper. It might be $1 Million Sales Director. It might be top trip. It might be circle of excellence prestige when you do the second trip. Even if you've never done the first trip, who says you can't do the second trip too? Because it's been done. I assure you, someone in this company has done it. But you guys, what is your vision? What is it that you really, truly want? What is it that you really, truly work for? Because a lot of times we have that vision up here, but then we work for this way down here. And we're not even doing the activity to get what's way down here. But we're settling for what's way down here when God has this way up here for us. Does that make sense? So you have to know what you really, truly want, you guys. The definition of vision, according to Google, is the faculty or state of being able to see the future. Okay, I don't really know what that means to this blonde girl, but to me, vision means being able to see where God wants me to go. That's what it means to me. You can take it or leave that to whatever you want. I have a very strong vision today as to where I know God is taking me, because I have gone through the journey the last several years of the ups and the downs. And sometimes we have to go through the hills and the valleys in this business, even as a consultant, because I was a consultant for 15 years in my red jacket. I assure you, that is not fun. Right, Mary? That is not fun. You guys, I earned 3 different free red jackets from the company and got to walk across stage and got the jacket free. All things at seminar. I'm not complaining. It was fabulous, but I did that 3 times. Okay. You only need to do it once, I assure you. Okay. But I have a very strong vision today. And I know that God wants me to build a national area in the next 24 months. I have no idea who those women are. I have no idea who they are. I know who maybe my next offspring is, and then maybe my number 3rd. But even God could throw someone new in the trenches tomorrow at Price Chopper. I have no idea. I didn't realize that the last couple of years because my faith was so unwavering, you guys. When my dad died 11 years ago, I lost all faith I had in everything. I just lost all faith. It was so sudden. He was here one day, he was gone the next. And this is not an oh, sad me story, but my parents have always been so supportive of my business. In fact, my parents are the one that paid for my starter kit nights, like all those years ago when I was 19. I only became a consultant because my mom was tired of paying full price. So guess who became the consultant? The baby daughter. Okay, like that was me. And my parents paid for my 600. I'm not going to lie. And then a little while after that, they bought an 1800 when I decided to make this business work, because my mom and dad said, maybe you should go to a meeting. Maybe you should plug in. Maybe you should go to seminar. And I have only missed 2 seminars. And that was 2 seminars when I was in those 15 years of wherever land I was at. Okay. So I've always shown up. But you guys, in that time when I lost my faith, I thought all of those things, all the glitz and glam that Mary Kay can offer us, it's not for me. God, that's not for me. God's got that for somebody else. The girls that are super skinny and look like Carrie Underwood and all the things, like that's not me. Okay. And it's never going to be me. I like Chick-fil-A sometimes. Okay. Thank God there's not a Chick-fil-A in Kearney, because I'd be there all the time. Okay. But you guys, the truth of the matter is that when I was at seminar last summer, we didn't have bad seats. We were in the 2nd row on the lower level of the stupid bleachers in the back. Okay. It's not really where you want to sit. We were right in the middle. I mean, they were pretty good seats for having a bad year. But I drove down there with a consultant who was 2 hours late to my house to leave. So I left in a bad mood. Right. And then we're driving and she's sleeping and she has like 24,000 bags and we're totally packed in the car and I'm in a bad mood, right? Get to seminar, the room situation kind of stinks, bad mood, right? Go to our corporate dinner, totally fake div, everyone, I'm so proud of you. Totally in a bad mood though, right? Like I was in my own yuck. All right. I told myself when I went to bed that night that I needed to fix my attitude. I had a conversation with myself in the bathroom. I am not going to lie. I might have been crying and I am not a crier, but I was like, you have got to fix your attitude and change your circumstances because Tasha, God has a different vision for you. And I never would have believed that if in the last 2 or 3 years, I have not been, if I hadn't been in doing devotions and consultants, I'm sure you've heard your director say that you need to have some miracle morning time. That might be a true statement. I chose to not believe that for a few years. Okay. But the growth really does come within the growth in ourselves. You have the growth in yourself, all of the growth within your business, the sales and the team members and all the things will come when you work on yourself first. And that is exactly what I have experienced this last year. And we still missed our goal, but I wasn't upset about it. So I sat in those seats and I was excited for everybody. I watched all my friends go across the seminar stage. I mean, I earned my ring, but to me, a National Court of Sales is like, after a while, that loses its oomph too. And I know that's terrible to say, but that's just the truth. Sometimes that just doesn't excite you anymore, right? So let me take you back to where I was a couple of years ago when we earned that cruise. That year, we were earning our first equinox, and I needed 13 qualified in June to finish my B. And I've always wanted to have the B because that to me is a symbol of success. You all know HDK and all of her Bs. Like I want to be HDK and all the Bs. Okay, so I needed 13 qualified in June. A lot of people told me that was insane. I don't talk to those people anymore because I finished it. And that was the first time in my business. And we also earned our first equinox and we earned the cruise. So it was a great year. But that year taught me so much. And then the following year in June, I only needed 4 qualified in the last week of June to finish. And I went to an event with some friends and they were not happy with where they were at. And I let their negativity get into my brain. And I decided I didn't need to finish my B. I chopped my own head off, y'all. I only needed 4. And the year before, I still needed 6 on the last day of the month to finish. So Reds, let me give you hope. Okay, you can do a lot in a very short amount of time in this business, right? And then the next year was just like the year of steady. And then this last year has been growth after growth after growth. But you guys, that growth came from the personal work behind the scenes when nobody is watching. When nobody's watching. And I know any director on here would say the same thing. So ask yourself, if you missed your goal last year, it is okay. You have to find a win. So find a win. But if you missed the goal you really want, ask yourself, did you see the faces? Did you do the work? Did you do the 15 faces and the 30 faces or whatever you guys do within your area? Were you a consistent 600 achiever? If not, that's okay. How can we fix that this year? It's a new year. You guys, you want to earn that watch because it is gorgeous. Did you hear Kristen Sharp said the watch alone is valued at $160? Just the watch. That's awesome. So are you a star consultant? If you've never been a star, you're not a consistent star. How can we fix that? Ask your director. You guys, I was never a consistent star until I became a director. And now I haven't missed one since. So I had to ask myself those hard questions. And I had to ask myself, what was I doing to earn that first B? Like, what was I doing? Okay. Because that was the year that virtual wasn't here yet. Like COVID wasn't here yet. Okay. So I rocked it during COVID, but then I wasn't rocking it all of a sudden. It's like things worked and then things didn't work. And I just got caught up in my own yuck. Okay. So I skipped ahead in my notes and now I'm all off track. Does that ever happen to anybody else? You skip ahead and then you like totally lose what you were saying. So you guys, you have to know what you want. Like, what is your vision? What is it that God is calling you to? Okay. What is he calling you to do? So I'm just going to be honest. My boyfriend of 15 years finally gave me an engagement ring on June 3rd, this past June, like 15 years. He shocked the crap out of me and finally gave me a ring. And I have always wanted to take him to Hawaii. Always wanted to take him to Hawaii. He's talked about Hawaii a million times. He's never been there. He didn't grow up traveling. My mom worked for United Airlines and it was the only job she ever had. And my parents instilled in me the priorities of hard work, pays off, and then you're able to travel. That's just how I was brought up. Okay. Blessed to have traveled the world family style. And I'm very excited to travel the world Mary Kay style, because there is a little bit of a difference, right? But I'm excited to take him to Maui as a honeymoon. It'll be a delayed honeymoon, but as a honeymoon. Okay. It doesn't matter that it's next fall. That does not matter. It just matters that we go, right? And you guys, Maui is expensive. Okay. Like, it's expensive. You want the Mary Kay trip, but I'm so excited. And you guys, you know, when he gave me the ring, it's almost like God knew he was going to give me the ring. And of course, God knew the trip was Maui, because obviously the trip had already been planned for months and months and months and months. So it's part of my vision. It's part of my vision, but I didn't know that until July 1st. So thank you, Mary Kay, for being part of that. But you do see how it all is connected. If you choose to see the signs, everything is connected. So like I said, somewhere along those couple of years where I was in like negativity land, you guys, I like to make little cracky jokes because it's just how my brain works. But I got off the train somewhere. And somewhere along the way, I decided it was time to get on a bobsled and climb up a mountain. Okay, well, have you ever seen Cool Runnings with the Jamaican bobsled team? Bobsleds are designed to go down mountains. They're not designed to go up mountains. So I've been on an uphill climb to nowhere for the last couple of years. What track are you on? And why are you on that track? Is it because your vision isn't crystal clear? So my new motto is hard work without vision is misery. Write that down. A national said it on a Ruby MK call, but I have no idea who it was, so I apologize. But hard work without vision is misery, especially in this business. Reds, even as a red consultant, even as a star team builder. Hello, red jacket, 15 years. I assure you don't want to do that. So last summer, I'm sitting in those seats and I knew I had to change things. I got clear. I made a list of things that we needed to do as a unit. In fact, after the awards party, the next night, we sat in my hotel room with 3 other directors until 3 a.m. and figured out a game plan. That's how committed my girls were. And one of them even said to me, we've been waiting for you to show up. Like, we've been waiting for you to come back. Thank you for like jumping on the train. And I looked at her and I started bawling. And I'm not even a crier. Like, I seriously don't cry. Okay, so you guys, what are you doing for those daily accountability things with your director? What are you doing to show up in your business every day? Do you pass out samples? Do you do QVC style? Like, I don't know how you guys work your business, but I'm today 100% virtual. And I've been really hesitant to go back into personal just because of my life. I'm also a caregiver for my mom, and she lives with me Monday through Thursdays, and she has Parkinson's and dementia. So there are days where she needs all of my attention. And then there are days where she's totally cool watching a Hallmark movie. Like, I never really know what day it's going to be until that morning arrives, but I work my business in those pockets that I can't. Okay. So I don't use that as an excuse, because a lot of people could, but instead I don't have kids. I wasn't blessed with kids for whatever reason, but I choose to use taking care of my mom as a blessing and as a reason, and that my Mary Kay business allows me to do that. Okay. And I'm so honored that I can, because after all, it is my parents that told me to get into Mary Kay. And I love that there are days when my mom is totally with it and she's coherent and she understands, and I'm working on my laptop doing something and she'll be like, it's okay, honey, you work that Mary Kay. You can get me some ice cream later. I mean, she has said that to me so many times because she knows what my vision is. There are pictures. I wish I don't even have one close. There are pictures all over my house, of course, just not with me right in front of my face right now, of my dog, Steve, and my mom in a pink Cadillac. All over our house. So she sees it. You guys, that's my vision. Do you have your goal posters, red jackets? Are your goal posters in front of you? Are they everywhere? Of course, I normally would have it right here in front of me, but I have been trying to clean my office a little bit because it's a hot mess express. But you guys, are your goal posters everywhere? Whatever it is that you want, are they everywhere? If a stranger were to come in your house, would they be like, this chick is weird? Or is your goal poster so neat in a cute little frame and only on the table next to the couch, maybe on the refrigerator, but kind of off to the side so nobody sees it? Because that used to be me too. Like, it had to be perfect and I didn't want anybody to see it. Well, that doesn't work either, just so you know. So getting crystal clear knowing your why, having it everywhere. And you guys, here's the deal. It's a new seminar year. So it's time to get clear. And that's one of the fun things about the new seminar year is that we all start back at zero, and that can be really, really, really scary sometimes. But it's also such a thrilling ride if you allow it to be. You guys, I assure you, you can go from zero to hero in this business in a very short amount of time. And I'm going to close in a second with my new offspring story. Reds, I think it's going to empower you because she wasn't even an active consultant on January 1st. And she finished July 1st as a sales director. So what is your why? I personally think if your why is just to make money and pay off credit cards, that to me doesn't move me very much, because if you've always had credit card debt, you know that if you're not paying it off with your Mary Kay business, then that's not really your why, in my opinion. Like there's probably something else that we need to dig a little deeper with, and that's a conversation to have with your director. But you know, what is it that you really want, and have you shared that with your family? You know how we can tell when you're super, super committed to your business? I used this example with someone the other day. When it's time for our red rally on Saturday and a girlfriend comes in from out of state and she says, hey girl, let's go to breakfast on Saturday morning. I got the whole day free. Let's go to breakfast and then we'll go shopping. And you tell her, okay, great. I'll meet you at 9 o'clock at wherever, instead of being on the red call. That's when I know that she's not maybe fully committed. So we actually had something like that happen in May. And I obviously told the story a different way so that the consultant didn't know I was talking about her, obviously. But that consultant that I was talking about actually called me a couple days later and was like, I get it. I'm not fully committed. I'm only in my Mary Kay when my Mary Kay works. And I show up when I know I'm going to get recognition. I was flabbergasted that she caught that. I'm not going to lie. But I guess that means I'm growing as a leader too. So I'll accept that. Okay, so you can only see, Crystal Troganowski said this on our Ruby call with directors after the holiday. You can only see as far as you can see until you can see further. I thought that was so good. First of all, Crystal Troganowski is brilliant. I love that training. But you guys, you can only see as far as you can see. So that is okay. If you can only see team leader and maybe going on target for your card this month or next month, like build to that position, that is totally okay. Get to that position and then your director will help you see the next position. But sometimes I think we as consultants, and myself even as a director, has thought, I could never earn a trip because I haven't earned my first bargain. Probably should do 300,000 first and then maybe build to trip. Am I the only one that's ever thought that before? That's such a silly thought, because again, I assure you, there are directors that have done trip their very first year as a sales director. There was one director from St. Louis, I don't remember her name, Katie something. She did million like her first year as a director. I mean, hello, that's crazy town, right? So you guys, it can be done. God will help us do the impossible when our vision is so crystal clear. So believe in yourself, believe in this company and what it can do for you. Are you completely sold out? Are you showing up for all of your units events? Are you, again, whether it's virtual, in person, or whatever? And you guys, I had been praying. I mentioned that, you know, I'm completely virtual right now, but I had been praying, you know, should I be doing something in person? Like I live in the country, people don't drive to my house. They say it's too far, blah, blah, blah. Like it's always the same thing, right? And I thought, I live in a small town outside of North Kansas City. I'm like, if I ever open a studio, what's going to be in my hometown? Like I'm not driving into the city again, like I used to do before COVID. And then sure enough, God brought a place to me. So I prayed for it. Luckily, I saw the signs and he brought me a very affordable, cute little small studio that we're opening on September 1st. I'm super nervous about it because it's like, okay, I got to pay for that now. But at the same time, you guys, I've been praying for it. So if we pray for it and then God gives us the signs, are we reaching up and grabbing it? Or are we like settling for down here again? Because the signs are there. So are you completely sold out? Are you staying connected? Choose to do what most aren't. And I honestly would say that all of you are choosing to do that because you're on this call on a Thursday night at 8 o'clock at night. Most people are not willing to do it. I was supposed to have within our area with all of us directors this past Saturday when we did our Red Rally, there was supposed to be like 40 consultants on. There were like 10. and we were doing all of our year-end celebrations. I'm not going to lie, it was kind of sad. But most aren't willing to show up, and it's okay. I use the analogy a lot. I have a very good friend. I hope I don't offend anybody when I say this, okay? I don't watch a whole lot of TV, and if I do, it's Hallmark or Netflix with my mom, okay? I'm just going to be honest. I don't watch a lot of TV. When I go to bed, I do turn the TV on, but it's usually on Big Bang Theory or NCIS, something that I've seen a million times that my head will just fall asleep to, right? Because Steve works nights. He's not home at all during the day. Don't see him at all during the week. So I have a friend that she watches, like she streams everything. She's always posting on Facebook, what's the next best thing to stream? Mary's laughing. What's the next best thing for me to watch? What should I be watching? And she's always watching everything. We were out this past Saturday with her and her husband, and she's like, Tasha, you have to watch this new show. And Steve, I was so proud of him, said, girl, do you not get it? She does not watch TV. We haven't even seen Yellowstone yet. Okay. And she's like, I still can't believe you haven't seen Yellowstone. And I said, I love you and I love Kevin Costner, but watching his butt on Yellowstone is not going to help me earn a Cadillac. I can watch it on October 1st. It's ending anyway. So like, why do I care? Right? I mean, I don't watch a lot of TV, and I only say that because, you know, how much time do you spend on your phone? Right? And how much time do you spend on social media? And how much time do you spend watching TV? Okay, so if you come to this might be a red training. If you come to your director and you say, okay, I want to do more in my Mary Kay, and then she's trying to coach you through the steps, and then you are always talking about all the TV shows, my people know that might not be the thing to say to me. Like that might not be the key words to having a conversation with me, because I'm not going to be like, I am going to have to do everything in my power to hide the sarcasm on my face when that comes up over the conversation, because to me, TV is not important. Now I realize we have to do those things. We have to have free time. Like, I'm not saying don't do those things, but you can't expect to earn a car and become a director in 6 months if you're watching 100 hours of TV a week. You just can't. Like, are you giving your business directors, would you say 10 hours a week to earn a car? I don't mean 10, 15. I mean, when I was growing up, it was 15, 20 hours a week, but it is a little different with virtual. So are you giving it the time that you want for what you truly want with your vision this new seminar year? So that might've been the long story on that, but I do feel that is relevant in today's world because it's important. Okay, so you guys, not everything's going to be perfect. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have some really bad days, but you have to go back to your why. So when that happens, get out a journal, go buy a new journal if you haven't bought one yet for the new seminar year, and get out your Bible, your devotion, whatever it is that you do, and get crystal clear with your me time and your why and your vision. And then when things go bad and you have a bad day or a scary moment, go back to that. You guys, that's the step that I wasn't doing all those years. I wasn't going back to what I wanted. So I just stayed in negativity land. I stayed in negativity land with directors that I love, but it wasn't serving me to do events with them. So I had to leave. And that was really, really hard a couple of years ago. But I'm so glad that I did, because the signs that God has given me ever since have completely lined up. So when you get frustrated, go back to your why. And in those moments, the new Tasha, like the coach that I have built inside of me, my retired national Deb Pike went on to be a coach with Bob Proctor. So her last couple of years, she did a lot of coaching with us. We were like her little trainees because she's now a coach with Bob. But my new inner coach now says, Tasha, what is it costing me to be inactive in my business today? Now, that might not be the best wording for you to use, but that's what I say to myself, because inactivity breeds negativity in Mary Kay. So I'd say something along the lines of, Tasha, what is it costing me today, right now, at this moment, to be basically negative in my business? And then I go back to my why. And sometimes I have to go sit in my back studio over here at my table and get out my devotions and my journal and do all that stuff, because I'm still learning in my faith and all those areas. Okay. Because inactivity brings misery. Okay. Vision without, what did I say before? And I lost my amazing quote. I can't even think of it.
Hard work.
Vision without hard work is misery. Well, the same thing goes along with inactivity. Inactivity brings misery in Mary Kay, does it not? Nothing fun happens when we're not active. So go after that B this new seminar year. And don't allow fear and the lack of vision to hold you back from the life that God has already created for you. He's already got it lined up for us. I know that he wants me to be in Maui with Maya and Jennifer and Mary and all the other directors that want to be there. I know that I am designed to be there as a new bride and in a Cadillac and a new truck in our yard and a new travel trailer. Like, I know that that's the path that God has for me this year because it's so crystal clear up here. Okay. So I want to end real quick with my new offspring story, you guys. So she was inactive on January 1st. She called me on January 1st and said, Tasha, we need to talk. Let's go have coffee. I want you to meet Lynn, my boyfriend, and I want to be a sales director by seminar. And I was like flabbergasted because this chick had done nothing with her Mary Kay business the last 2 years. I mean, nothing. At one point I had to call her and say, hey girl, you might want to order because you're going to lose your team. Okay. And she almost didn't do it. But you guys, it does not matter where you are in your business. You can go anywhere in less than 6 months. So we met, we had coffee, we put together a game plan, we put together, you know, a consistency thing for her and communication plan and all the things. She works a full-time job. She is busy with her family. She's got grandkids. She works as a secretary at a law firm downtown. So she's very, very busy, but her why for doing Mary Kay and coming back is that she wants to retire soon. And she, you know, knows that retirement's not going to cut it by itself. So she wants her Mary Kay, and she knows that she needs to be a director a little bit before she can just up and quit her job. Right. So she's very, very passionate about her why. She has been in Mary Kay a few years, but she's only been in my unit for about 4. And she was a big part of us finishing that cruise 4 years ago. So she did go into DIQ on April 1st. And she obviously did finish as a brand new sales director on July 1st. And I will tell you, I knew consultants when she was going to finish. I think it was like January 26th or something. And she had a party that day, and she had a party that night, and she had never mentioned the party in any of our previous conversations. And we talked every morning. We talked all the time. She never mentioned that she had a party. I think she thought it was probably going to cancel, so she wouldn't have to coach her through it, you know. But she went to that party. It ended up being a double facial. She ended up selling $200, but it was actually the first party she had held in 3 years. I assure you, she did not have a set sheet. She probably did not talk about the products correctly. I assure you her table setting probably was not perfect. It probably was not like Kristen Sharp ideal. Like, I'm sure she didn't have a roll-up bag. She didn't do the roll-up bag close at all. She gave him a lookbook. Like, she did a lot of the things that a lot of us were probably taught not to do, but it didn't matter, you guys. The point is that she went and held the double facial and she sold some product, and that completely changed her confidence. And she realized that she doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to go hold the appointment. That's the key to that story. You just have to go hold the appointment. And even as the directors, we need to remember that sometimes, because we always think we have to be perfect and on top of our game. Well, sometimes we need to remember that when we mess up on a live, it's a good thing, because that makes us relatable. Like, no one wants to watch a perfect video, right? I know I don't. It's boring. Crack a joke, smile once in a while, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying, right? But when you guys, I have no words for it. I still can't believe that she finished. I still can't believe that we finished all 6 squares. And obviously she was a huge part of that victory, because you had to have a director to finish all 6 squares. You guys, I didn't know that she wanted to be a director on December 31st. I didn't know the company was going to announce that challenge on January 1st. And I assure you, I did not think when they announced that at 8 a.m. on January 1st that I was going to hit all 6, because I didn't have a leader in my unit that wanted to be a director. And then she called me at like 11 o'clock, and all of a sudden the lights changed and I had a different outlook on things. And thank goodness I was clear on what I wanted, or I wouldn't have been able to be the leader that she needed me to be to help her finish. So now we have another lady that she wants to go into DIQ and her car. And then we have another one behind that. And it's amazing how God puts the people in your path when you stay crystal clear. So that's the motto of the night. Just stay clear in your vision. And ladies, I assure you, as many ladies in this group know, you can have anything in this business and it can change like that. Truly can. So that's what I got for you. That was long. Sorry.
No, that was awesome. That was so incredible, Tasha. And again, just the thing I love the most about it is just your passion, because you've went through it. Like, that's one of the things, like, I mean, and you know this, like Jan Thetford always talks about teaching from your last 7 days. And so that was part of having you on, is because you have truly went through this and have gone through this, that I knew that this would be amazing and powerful. So we're going to open it up, you guys. If you would love to affirm Tasha, or if there is something that she said that resonated with you and you want to share that with her, I would love for you guys to unmute and to be able to share that with her. If you're not able to unmute, you can put it in the chat as well, but I'd love to be able for her to hear some of that as well.
Hey, Tasha, it's Sherry.
Hi.
This is something so simple that you said, but when you talked about you have to grow yourself before your business is going to grow, and it was like a light bulb went off in my head, because when I was in DIQ and whenever, I first became a director, that's what I talked about, was the self-growth that had happened in that time, as far as getting really involved in my church and having my devotion time, my quiet time, and reading, something I hadn't done in a really long time. And, when you said that, I was like, I've really not been doing as good as I was, I really have kind of slacked off. And it's like, okay, I need to invest in myself so that, I am able to focus and be a little more clear. So thank you for.
Absolutely. I don't know if you guys know who Tracy Travis is. She's not in our seminar division, but she taught, she did a training call for Jill Davis's area for a director meeting here in Kansas City. And she talked about how her business changed when she realized that she needed to do 2 miracle mornings a day. Actually, I think she does close to 3. She spends like an hour and a half in the morning going through all of the miracle morning stuff. And then we usually do need some kind of a kickstart again around lunchtime, right? Because something bad's probably going to happen in the morning, right? Kids or something. So she has a lunchtime refresh for, I think, like 30 minutes or something. And then she does it again before she goes to bed for like 45 minutes. And I don't necessarily do that all the time, but I have found that to be helpful. Because it's so important. And I watch a lot of training videos. I'm like a Voxer, Zen Me the Zoom kind of junkie girl. I can listen to things over and over and over again.
Well, and Tasha, I don't know if you've got the chat pulled up as well, but Jillian, I know, put in here, she's one of our new Red Jackets in Jennifer Huff's unit. And so she just said too, thank you so much for sharing. It really encouraging. I really resonated with the silence is discouragement, like the inactivity is discouragement. So wanted to make sure that you saw that one as well.
Yes, thank you. Inactivity brings negativity. That's what Deb Pike always used to say. It's so true.
Yep.
I mean, even in July already, it's like, how is it already July 20th?
Yeah.
Like, what? It's the 20th?
And we don't even go to seminar until
August. We don't even have that excuse, right? I mean, there are people leaving like tomorrow, I think, for seminar, or the next day. Thank goodness we're not. I gotta work.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I was going to say thank you so much. I had to look. I wasn't sure if you were in our division, but you are. So we'll get to see you at seminar, hopefully. I know you live somewhat close to a few of us, but thank you for sharing tonight. I love how you started off with there's always a win, even if you don't hit that big win that you were working towards. And that's something that I had to work through when July 1st came around. But the reason I think I was able to, recover so quickly with not hitting our big win was because I had a clear vision, which is exactly what you talked about. And so I know where we're going and what we're building. And it's just neat to see God working along the way. And I've had very wonderful conversations with many of the women on here that are in my unit and future area. And just these last couple of weeks, it's just evident that God is keeping that vision right in front of us, and we're moving forward and working. And you're right, as long as you stay faithful to that and keep that in the forefront while doing your own personal growth in the process, then God will bless the fruit. So thank you for that reminder.
Yes, thank you. And congratulations. I don't know who you are, but I know who you are. You're one of those people.
Thanks.
I aspire to be one of those women. Well, you don't know who
make sure
I am,
that you
but
guys
know
get
who
to
I am.
meet each
Like,
other.
that's how you know you've made it, Mary Kay, right?
Yes.
That's so terrible. That is so bad for our self-esteem. But it's the truth. That, and I want Carrie Underwood's legs.
Well, I don't have Carrie Underwood. I like my legs, but they're not Carrie Underwood.
Oh my gosh. Tasha, I'm Heidi Ray, and I'm Maya's offspring. And I just want to say, first of all, you are so funny to still listen to. I love your energy, your confidence that just exudes out of you. And so excited that you finished the 6 pieces in your game board, only 100 people. I had no clue, like it was going to be that small. So
it was like 85, I think. I'm not going to lie. I did count.
It was, oh my gosh, like, oh my. So, well, way to go. And that's exciting to me. Just
Roxy Corsi counted first, and then I went back and counted again.
Just to make sure. Like, oh my gosh. Well, oh my gosh. I know it's just the start. It's just the start for you. And I think it's so encouraging hearing about your journey as well, you know, and your vision. And you're right. You know, God does give us that vision, and, you know, we got to be responsible with it. And I love how you're just moving and working with your team. And yeah, everything you said was just so good. I'm trying to figure out like what was the one thing. I don't know. I just had so many notes. But I love your talk tonight. I think it was spot on. Like, you know, I think it's going to have a little ripple effect for all of us, you know, as we're starting out July 1st, brand new, having that crystal clear vision. So I really appreciate you and just taking the time to teach us. That was awesome. It's really awesome.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much. And I didn't even say, I know it's 9 o'clock. I didn't even say that my dad's birthday is September 27th. So my goal is, our vision is to finish the Cadillac on or before September 27th. But this is kind of a little morbid, but the very last conversation my dad and I ever had he was in hospice. And since I'm the youngest of the 4 daughters, I was the one that spent the night that night. And he was very coherent. You wouldn't have known he was going to pass away the next day. But he said, I know you're going to be a national sales director. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means, but I know you're going to be like that Deb girl that's been to our house. And he was talking about Deb Pike. So it might have taken me, you know, 11 years to figure out what my vision is. You guys, that's the beautiful thing about this business, is that there are journeys along the way. And, you know, perhaps you need to get off the bobsled and not try to go up the mountain, but maybe get in the bobsled and try to go, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like that, it's supposed to be a visualization that maybe only my blonde can, you know, comprehend, but we make it too hard.
Yeah.
We make it too hard. So just follow your vision. It's pretty simple.
Well, Tasha, I want to say thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. Again, you know, I'm the same. I love your energy. I love how real and raw you are. I needed to hear a lot of those things tonight. I did want to share that I had a very negative experience today, and it's been weighing really heavy on my heart. And you said the people that told you not to do something or that you couldn't do something, and you don't talk to those people anymore, that you had to get out of negativity land. And that really spoke volumes to me tonight. And I appreciate you sharing that experience. Thank you.
Yep, you're very welcome. I'm sorry that happened, but you guys, that was a hard decision, and Mary knows about it. And I mean, I love these people, but just because you love them doesn't mean that you should do things together.
Right. They can't go where God is taking you.
Yeah. And that doesn't mean they're not successful, because they are successful, but that doesn't mean that your visions are the same.
Exactly. Thank you.
You're very welcome. You'll get through it.
All right. Anyone else want to share? I think one of the things too that I didn't have the thought when you first said it, but then as people were talking and affirming tonight, it hit me, is when you do say that thing about hard work without vision is misery. I think that's really hard for us sometimes in Mary Kay to think about, because we do love Mary Kay so much and it is so much fun. And we just, you know, even when it's when we're not winning, like we still love it. You know what I mean? Like we wouldn't want to give it up. But it made me think like, that's exactly how people in other jobs feel all the time. You know what I mean? That they're working and they don't have a vision because it's not theirs. Like it's not their business. They're just going in and reporting for duty or whatever. And that's why they're miserable. You know what I mean? And we do have the ability that we do love what we do, but that same philosophy can still apply to us, even in our pink bubble. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
So, but all right, you guys. Well, let me do the drawing for our prize tonight. And if there's anything else anybody wants to say, they can put it in the chat or let me know. And after we do the drawing, you can affirm. But I do want to thank you, Tasha, for doing this. I'm so excited that you were able to.
You're very welcome. Thank you for asking me.
And she is so much fun. We love her laugh. Like that is the thing, like multiple times in this Voxer group that we're in, whenever Tasha comes on and talks and shares a story, like how many times in that Voxer group has somebody come back, Tasha, and be like, I just love your laugh. I just love your laugh.
I'm just like, I just go, I don't know. I just have a regular laugh. I don't know. It must sound different on Voxer.
It's infectious. Your energy, I mean, like somebody said, your energy is very infectious with that. So, all right, you guys, well, let me share the screen real fast. I got everybody's names in here. And let me do a little shuffle again. So I had it to where, let me see here. Kim had 1 entry, Jillian had 1 entry, and then with 2 entries is Jennifer Fulkerson, Jessica Cook, Debbie, and Amber. And so let me shuffle. Okay, we're gonna see who our winner is. And it is Jessica, it looks like. I'm always like, did it stop spinning? Okay, awesome. Congratulations, Jessica. You are our winner. And so, Jessica, I will get your mailing address from Emily and get that prize sent your way. So we are so excited for that. So you guys, thank you again so much tonight for just being here. One of the other things, as Tasha was talking about, as far as people showing up, that to think about it, you guys, there is 6 of you as Red Jackets that were on this call tonight out of 13 total Red Jackets that are here. So you guys are showing up, you guys are growing, you guys are investing in yourself. You'll never be at a Mary Kay event where something won't hit you or something won't speak to you, where you can't take something and apply it to your business and to your life that will make you better. And so thank you again so much for showing up tonight, for being here, for listening, and just taking in all of the things that Tasha had to share tonight. That will not go wasted. We know that. And so we are so excited for that, you guys. So have an awesome rest of your night, whether you're headed to bed or doing some more things. And we will see you guys next time. And then thank you again, Tasha. We appreciate you.
You're very welcome. Bye, ladies.
All right. Bye, guys.